Way away away, yay, yay.
I know
Way
exactly what
higher,
getting stuck can lead to.
higher,
I was a cop here in Rosebud,
hey.
and it was my day off
Way
when my husband,
higher,
along with my daughters, went to the store. We drove by my Uncle Stanley's turnoff, about a mile from the junction, when I noticed a criminal investigation vehicle flying towards my uncle's house. Later, Officer Ayat slowly came up my stairs. They found your brother dead about a half a mile in the valley west of your Uncle Stanley's house. I heard, but I didn't want to believe what he said. I cried really hard. My husband took me to the hospital to see my brother. Seeing my brother's decomposed body with his eyes still open really hurt. I never expected this to happen. I was pissed off at God. Why do I have to deal with
way
death again?
higher,
Didn't you give me
higher,
enough to last a
oh,
lifetime?
hey, yeah,
I was
yeah,
barely
yeah.
16 when my
Way
grandpa and aunt died.
higher, oh,
6 months later, my
oh,
grandma and uncle died. Then
hey.
my mom and dad.
Way away
Now, my brother Rusty, who just turned 29.
away.
I
Way
didn't know how to handle
higher,
my brother's
higher,
suicide and
oh,
turned to alcohol to deal with it.
hey.
6 years later, I
Way
lost my job
higher,
and went
oh,
into a deep depression. Why was I depressed? I knew I couldn't do it on my own. I asked for help and talked to a counselor. She asked me,
way
"How
higher,
did you deal with this?"
higher,
I wrote it all down and I realized that I had been stuck
way
and was
higher,
actually mad at my own brother for taking his life. I forgave my brother, I forgave God,
way away,
and I prayed. I was at peace. In
way
November
higher,
2007,
higher,
my second to oldest daughter, Ivory Arthur, walked a half a
way
mile from my house
higher,
and hung herself. I had tried everything to help my daughter.
way away,
I prayed with her. I even went with her to treatment.
way
Nothing
way
helped.
higher,
It hurt so bad when I
higher,
heard the news. Hunters found her body.
hey, way
The first day of her
higher,
death, I went into an inipi and cried. Then I prayed. With the
way
power of
away,
prayer, I felt the hurt lift from me.
way
Several medicine men
higher,
said that it
higher,
was my daughter's time to go, and it didn't matter how she died.
way
Her
higher,
grandma, my mom, and great grandparents came for her. Hearing
way
this and
away,
knowing my family was there for her gave me closure and helped
way
me heal.
higher,
I was
higher,
raised by
oh,
traditional grandparents who taught me
hey,
you grieve
way
for a year,
higher,
then you
oh,
let them go. Don't dwell on it, or you will be asking for more death. I will never forget this teaching. I know I have to teach my kids
way
the same thing.
higher,
Once a year, I
higher,
make a plate of her favorite food, take it to her grave, where I let
way
myself
higher,
cry and I pray.
way away, away, way higher, higher, oh, hey, way higher, oh, way, oh, high, way away, away, way higher,